welcome to Aishusdiy. This is Bargain Bead Box subscription for the month of October 2021. Excuse me again. So I'm using Parawire 20 gauge. So this is a new attempt, you guys. I didn't attempt this before much, but I have something in my mind. So with this feather pendant, I wanted to do some wire wrapping. And for that, I'm taking 20 gauge non-tarnish resistant wire, Parawire. You can use any of these. So you can also have 18 gauge. Aluminum wire per se will work, but I want to try with the 20 gauge wire. I'm not still sure about whether this will work out or not, but I just want to give it a try on camera. Yes, I'm giving it a try on camera, but learning, right? We are learning. So about a foot or so, I'm taking wire. I know it's a lot of wire. We can cut it if we want to, but I wouldn't risk taking less amount and then realizing later, oh my god, I could have gotten a little bit more. That would have been nice. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm taking about a foot of wire. I will measure this for you guys exactly how much I take so that it's easy for you. There we go. So it's more than a foot and a half, not. So it's exactly 16 inches of wire. Okay, that's what I have in my hand. And I did straighten that out with the nylon jaw pliers, and I'm going to insert it into this hole right here. Okay. And I'm going to bend this, one wire being a little bit more, not a lot, but just a tad more than the other, and then pinching it right here and straightening my wire like that. Okay, the one that is big, that is shorter wire, I want to make one wrap around just like so. Okay, the longer wire, I want to think which I like this side better than this side for some reason, so I will keep this as my front. So what I'm going to take is, I'm going to take my round nose pliers and make a loop, because I'm not going to add here, I'm going to add on the top. So I am just going to make a loop for my necklace to sit right there, right? So a small loop is all I am going to do. So make sure your loop is nice and neat, and then take your wire and go once, just like so. Take it. We can adjust this loop later also if we want to, because I want it side, that we can do it later. But now I just want to bring this wire together, both the wires, right? I want to bring this wire out and about. Okay, use your nylon jaw pliers to straighten if you want to. I would do that individually, not both the wires together. Straighten that wire like both the wires separately and then join it. This wire needs more love. I'll go ahead and straighten that and then bring it. So I want this to be parallel, these two, and then I just want it to come around the feather just like so. I know I'm just creating a frame over here with the two wires, just a frame. Okay, take your time to do this. Any wire wrapping, you need to take your time, then only it comes beautifully well. So it needs, I'm just encompassing this bead. I'm just making a frame around it, but not very close. Okay, I want it to be not very close, but a frame. Okay, and then just bend this slowly around here. Okay, see this? If you are not happy with the shape, you can always straighten your wire and then bring it back again, right? Okay, and about say here, okay, you know this tip, right? About say here, just bend this wire like that so that we can have that curve right here. So now I am just pushing this so that this will extend and give me some space. Okay, and also I need to figure this out as to how I want this to sit. Make this flat and take this off a little bit. Use your nylon jaw pliers. I'm just going to hold this and straighten this out a bit more. Okay, now I shall go ahead and bend this slightly above the other one so that we have that shape, right? There we go. Okay, now I put my round nose pliers and round this about, say like that, and then bring it like close to this, and then now I can join these two together. So I would just keep it like that and then come about, say like this, make this curve and then bring it like that, bend it like that, exactly the shape of the feather. That's what you're trying to achieve here. Say about it like that. Okay, so just want to straighten this loop here about, say like that, and then bring this. You don't want to spoil that shape, so wrap it around like that and bring these two in the front, because I want this in the front. Bring it about here. And make a swirl. Try to sit the swirl on top. Change your pliers if you want to. Press it and then there we go. So I did it. So this is what I had in mind. So one thing I will do is hammer this. I will take this little bit up right here, or just say like this. If we can hammer, that would be great, but let's see. So this is what I have here. What I'm going to do now is take some wire. I'm going to take some 26 gauge wire or 28 gauge wire. Any wire would work. I'm going to take some 24 gauge wire, say about 10 inches or so, not more than that. That's more than enough to work to, I think. So I'm taking a 24 gauge wire. I am just going to insert it here. Okay, then take my pliers. Okay, just make like a hook. Okay, take my pliers and take it around these two wires. Okay, just two wraps. And then I have these bicones that we got from the box right here. So I'm adding in a bicone. Okay, all the way, move it all the way up here from the start. You can do that right here, and then take your wire, go through this frame, just the frame, and then wrap it once. And don't pull it a lot because you will disrupt the frame, so do it twice. I have secured that there. Okay, then the next bicone, just want to jazz up this gemstone pendant right here with some crystal bling, I would say. Just hold the bead and then wrap it. I'm doing 2 wraps between every bead. That's enough to secure, but it's totally up to you. You can do more if you want to. And because it's 24 gauge, you can also use 26 or 28 gauge. Doesn't matter, whichever you want to. But make sure the frame is flat. I mean, we are using 2 strands, so I wanted it flat right next to each other, and the wraps to be consistent. And 1, 2, and 3 and 4. So the number of crystals on this frame is also totally up to you. I want to do some random numbers, so I'm just going to do 4 this side and 3 the other side, but you can also go around the frame completely. So make sure the frame is flat. So once you do this, I want to make sure you tuck this properly and make it flat, and then do a couple more wraps and finish it off. Every wrap, press it so that it stays nice and flat and also together. So now I want to bring this in the back and press it against this wire and then snip it off right here. Tuck it in. And then this short tail up here, tuck that in, bring it to the back, and then snip it off. So the frame, we have the crystals over there. Just want to make sure it's not relocated or so. We just want the frame outside the bead. Because we were doing wire wrapping, it might have moved a bit, so make sure it doesn't. And this is what we have so far. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take more wire, again 10-inch probably, 24 gauge, then take it and wrap it right here. So it's a bit tricky, but just make like a hook kind of, and then use your pliers to do the job for you. And move it towards the side. Bring the short tail to the back. Okay. Just like so. Manipulate it a little bit so that it lies flat against the surface. Snip off a little of the tail, and then again press it against. Now that's secure. Now push it up a little bit so that we have this. And now pick up the other color bicone. You can also add the same golden bicone, but I would prefer to add this right here. And bring this down through the frame. I want this bicone to sit outside, not inside or on top. So I'm just doing that and then putting it inside the frame. And whenever you do this, if you press against the loop, it will make the frame straight. That's very important. Take the next bicone, bring it over here, and do the next wrap. I do 2 wraps in between each crystal. And I'm gonna take one more. That's it. I want to go asymmetrical way, so I added 4 that side, so I'm adding only 3 this side. Making sure my wraps are right next to each other, and as I said, I want this to be flat. Go ahead and snip off your excess tail and tuck this in properly. This is what we have so far. There we go. I kind of like this pendant, and I don't want this loop to jut out. I just want it to be seamlessly going through my necklace. So that's why I made a small loop, but if you want, you can make a big loop. I hope this pendant looks good. Now let's start doing the... See, I have 5 inches left, so one wire should be good enough. One 10-inch wire should be good enough to wrap both, but I shall use this later for another project. So now we shall concentrate on doing the necklace. So for the necklace, I am going to use bead along bead stringing wire, which is the 19 strand. Okay, this one is 0.38 millimeter thickness. I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to take about, say I need 18 inches of a necklace. So, but I'm going to add chain in the back. So I'm just going to take 24 inches of this, and I need to cut. Normally I would like to work in the spool so that there is no wastage, but in this case I want to cut it. So I'm just going to cut it right here, 24 inches. Okay, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna take this, okay, and we need 2 lengths. I need to cut this again, but I'm thinking, should I work it like this? So I'll cut this in half. Okay, keep one aside. Take this. I want to put it through this, just like so. Okay, both the wires. Okay, oops. So we have 12 inches, both sitting like this. Okay, take my bead stopper, take these 2 ends and clamp it so that we can work on this end right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass these 2 strands through a bicone. just like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is pick up some chip beads. We have some chips, right? So just make sure you add the bigger ones in the middle and so forth and so on. So in the center part, so we have 3 big ones here and we have 3 big ones there. Okay, pick up, oops, okay, some chip beads, gemstone chips that we got in this box. So 5 beads or so in one of our wire. Okay, so I'm just checking, do we need more? So we can add 5 the other side. Okay, this is what it is, but this one is jutting out. We can just do this. Just change the direction of my chip bead so it looks nice, right? So I want to add these 2 strands just like so. Okay, I know there will be a gap, but I'm just counting the number of beads. You can also add one more bead if you want, but I like this like that. So now I take these 2 strands, okay, and put it through another bicone together. There will be wires exposed, but if you want you can add the golden wire also. I took the beadle on bead stringing wire in the bright color. I wish I had taken the other color. I'll just go grab it and come back. Hi friends, welcome back. I did cut myself 2 lengths of beadle on 19 strand wire in gold because our thread is going to be exposed, and so I don't want it. And also I thought about something else. I want to create a difference, like I want to create a step up of this pendant and the necklace as such. So what I'm gonna do is I had this in my stash. It's not in the bargain bead box. It's the only item I'm using out of the bargain bead box, but you can use the toggle clasp instead of this that I'm putting. You can add this toggle clasp to this pendant, and then you can have 2 strands coming from this side. I guess you guys got my idea, but I'm going to use this because I want to clearly define the 2 strands separately. So that's one thing that I want to do, and for that I wrap this loop so I won't be able to add it immediately. So I have to use jump rings. I will probably use 2 jump rings because just to be on the safer side I'm going to use 2 jump rings. So probably, yeah, some of these jump rings I will use it. So for opening and closing a jump ring, I use my bent nose pliers and tweezer nose pliers because it's easy to open and close with those. It's already, let me see how to do this. There we go. It's already intertangled. So when you have the bent nose pliers, the bent part on the outside, that's where you can put your jump ring, and it really nicely nests there, and it's very comfortable for me to open and close a jump ring. So here we go. And then I add it to this a single loop right here, and then I close it. So the one jump ring is good enough, but I don't want to do one jump ring. And this is not closed enough, so I just need to make sure, wiggle it, make sure it's closed, and see how it is. See this, this is how it's supposed to be, right? So you need to change either the direction of the loop or this. So I want to change the direction of my loop to sideways, because that's easy. We have wire wrapped it, right? So there we go. Now it'll be fine. I'm going to put one more jump ring just in case. Okay, through this and through the loop right here, and close your jump ring. So there we got it, and now I can start my my strand from here and here. So this is my idea behind it. So the thing is, I have here 12 inches of beading thread, 19 strand. So I'm gonna start by putting this inside this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bead which has a bigger hole. So the pattern, I want to include this roundel as well. So I'm just going to put this first. Let's see how it looks. I kind of like it. Let this be the first, and then what we shall do is take our beads and start threading in our chip beads, gemstone chips. We have the Mugai gemstone chips. So I want you to add it in both the uh, wires. Just separate your gemstone chips. Pick up something which is small for the first, and the color wise also you need to check and see. The next one shall be this. So I actually add 5 beads. You can add more if you want. 5 to 7 beads, like there we go. And here as well, this side and this side. So this is what I have so far. You know how it falls down and be there. Take this one right here, add it here, add the big one. So go from small to big to small. So that's my goal right here. So I am just going to go a little bit more smaller here. Let's pick this one, the maroon small. I'm not paying very much attention to the size and the color, but generally an idea to kind of bring everything together, right? Just don't repeat the colors right next to each other. And then you're going to put again a bead. This will be like this, right? If you add more, you will have more space right there. So let's see how many beads. I have 5 beads here, 5 beads there. That should be enough for me. Now as you can see, it's open, right? Now I'm going to add my roundel again. You can also add this 10mm bead that we got, Mookite bead. That also you can add. But I'm going to add my roundel bead on both the wires. Just like so. Okay, kind of like this. I want this to be like this. And also I'm thinking, should I put a crimp bead right here? So if I hold it, I want the necklace to be nice and sturdy. It's okay for now, but I need to be tight enough to get everything here settled. And if I want, I can add a crimp cover there. But nice, it's the wire is extremely pretty, so it is exposed and it looks kind of very cool. I like this effect. And then also I can add this crystal, the bicone crystal, right? And then I can add a spacer bead actually. So let's see if the wire accommodates the spacer bead, both the wires. There we go, it does. That's nice to have it there. Right, I kind of like it. And then again a spacer, then again a roundel. I kind of like this 6mm roundel. It's like a beige color. It kind of pulls out the light color from all of these Mookite beads, so I like that. Then same, we separate the strands and again add gemstone chip beads. So this time I can start with the maroon with no rhyme or reason, and a little bit of this color, and yellow, probably this one right here, the big one guy. Should I put the big guy? I'm not so sure. This is humongously big. Let's go for this, right? And again a small one. So this one is 4, and the 5th bead can be this. And this strand I need 5 beads. Let me start with a mustard color. I like this mustard a lot. I wasn't happy when they didn't give a mustard color feather for me. I liked it. But then this is also gorgeous. I have a unique color, so that's nice. Life is always like that. You get things like one door is shut, the other door is open. That's what I meant, right? So this is kind of long, as you can see, but um, kind of like it. It's good, right? Now we shall add the same pattern, a roundel, a spacer. Once you decide what you like, then making the necklace goes very fast is what I think. But if you're still not sure about what you want, then designing that takes quite a while. There we go. And now I shall add the golden color crystal, because we added both the crystals here. I just want to make sure I incorporate that in my design in the sides as well. So if you have enough beads, I have already used the chip beads in another project, which is I think already uploaded in my channel. And so I don't have much of chip beads. That's why I took 12 inches of beading wire, because I want to finish this off and add chain in the back. But if you have enough gemstone chips, you can continue this pattern as long as the necklace. So that's an idea. And even if you don't have these bead subscription, the Bargain Bead Box subscription, you can still make this necklace with the available resources that you have it available, the stash from your stash. I'm sure people will have gemstone chips. It's a something so common, but yet it is not used that much because we don't know how to use it, and that's a big thing. So it's a little bit of an odd one. So to use it, you need to have an idea of how to use it, and the ways it's little bit different. I have uploaded some videos in my channel regarding gemstone chip earrings and gemstone chip um, necklaces. You can have a look at it. I should probably create a playlist with it, is what I'm thinking I should do. Someday I'll do that. So we have this one right here, the big guy. Just going to add that. And should I add it here? How will it look? It's good. Then we have a mustard yellow. And sorry, I bumped the camera. Then we have this guy right here. Okay. Now I'll hold it and see if I like it. Kind of like it. But it kind of opens up like that. But that's okay. So I like this. Now I shall continue adding my pattern of roundel, spacer bead. These teeny tiny spaces are really, really cute. But some of them don't have a proper hole. They are actually blocked, as you can see right now. I'm trying to put in, but I'm not able to. Try to poke it in, or you can use another one. See this? Still blocked. There we go. Got one through. Again, I'm going to put the bicone here. Then again, another spacer. And this one right here. The pattern is done, but still I have a small space left. So how do you fill that space? So this problem solving actually taught me a lot of lessons. So whenever you have less beads, less space, there's so much that you learn from that, is what I think, right? And then now what you do is you pick up the I need to be careful. I should have enough beads to go this side as well. So I'm thinking, hopefully I have to include all of those big beads. Hopefully I have enough. Before finishing this, I need to put a hold on this, like a stopper on this. And then we shall finish the other side and come back, because if it gets less, I won't be able to finish the design, right? So do I have anything else in the same color as what I'm thinking? Because I don't have mookaite. I said the mookaite gemstone is something that I don't have that in my stash at all for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't have it. So I join this together, put a roundel on top to keep that in place, and start my gemstone stuff. I'll just check. I have this semi-precious beads. This one is, let me see, rainbow jasper stones, but this one has that maroon color which is close to our mookaite. So I got that one from my stash, but you will have enough to make this necklace with the beads that we have available. Okay, so no worries on that front. I shall just checking which beads are good. I don't know if I can go this, but this would be good. I can do this, I guess, and these two for sure. Yeah, that much is enough. So now I'm confident that I can include more and get this necklace finished. Actually, I was worried there. There we go. I shall put this big ones, yeah, this one right here. Color, then this multicolor cream, and then this is round, so I won't be able to use it. I can use these. There we go on this side. And on this side I can use this right here. Right, and this one right here would work, right? So a peach or a mustard, a small brown. So now I just hold this and see if it lays okay, which I like it. So I'm going ahead and following my pattern of the roundel beads, the spacer bead. This is going to bother me a lot, so I'm just going to snip off a bit. Spacer. So whenever I design, if I don't like it, I just spend so much time deciding on what I choose to put in. And once I decide that, then the process goes smoothly. But until that, I have like a really hard time if the colors don't go well. Very rarely when I just compromise and say, okay, fine, this is going to be fine, and it's just me and not the color combination, and then go ahead. And most probably, most of the time, it doesn't come out good. Sometimes it turns out really pretty good and everybody seems to like it, and you would have not chosen the color if it was not that day. So it really depends, like every eye is different, every designer's eye is different, every people who buy stuff, their perception is different, and so many things affect our designing. But I would say, like, taking the leap of faith first on us and then deciding what it is, that makes a lot of difference. It's been a lot of years, like more than if like 12 years or so. I'm just into this, what to say, just kind of reducing the size, but these both seem to be bigger. So I shall take this off. Add this white color and our mustard, and then this color right here, then probably this one. Okay, this kind of nests together very nicely. Okay, this side, I'm gonna again take one of these, and then this color. This is humongous though. I don't want that. Probably take one from this one, right, guys? I want a little bit bigger one, but at the same time, I don't want it very big because that's it. It's humongous. And let's see if this one works. Yeah, that kind of works. I want to save this for the last. So there we go. 4, and that should be 5. And then see kind of how it goes together when you pinch these together, just like so. Yeah, that's fine. And now we shall again follow our pattern. Now it is going to be a spacer, a golden bicone, spacer, bicone, and then we have to separate this again to add our chips. And I'm gonna save this for this. Four, and 5. There we go. Start with the brown and then cream color, mustard yellow, cream, and a brown. Okay, that's perfect. And now again our pattern. Let me know in the comments below which is gemstone that you guys like the best. I want to start a thread saying like that. Actually, I would do a community post so that people can share it. And there is a Facebook group on my Aishusdiy um, Facebook page, wherein you can post your projects that you actually have made from my with the help of my videos. If you have anything that is made, you can post it and we can share stuff there. So this is actually a short one, so I don't need extension. So if you want to extend this and you don't have that much chip beads, you can still use these singular chips and add it and then finish off this necklace that way. So now I need my crimp tubes. So I think I will be taking a bigger crimp because I need 4 strands to go into it. So there we go, 2 crimp tubes. And then I need to add my chain. We got chain in the subscription box, this curb chain, which is sturdier enough for me to actually hold mine, so I'm good with it. So I'm just going to see how long this one is, and with my ruler, this is about 6 inch, so say 12 inch your necklace will come. And this is not a long necklace, it's going to be a shorter one, but not very close to the neck like a choker. So it's going to be a little bit long. So what I'm thinking is around, say, 6, like this is 6 inch, so around, say, 2 more means 16 inch, 3 more inches. So I'll cut about 3 inches of my chain, 2 pieces of 3 inch, so that, okay, you don't have to be very exact, it doesn't matter actually. So there we go. And now what we can do is take our crimp tube, put it on both of the wires, drop it down, take one piece of chain, go through the chain once with the both wires, and bring these both wires, because mine is short and I just want to pull this and use my pliers to get it into that crimp tube, and if possible a bead, if not that's okay, just through the crimp tube and then pull. Before crimping, make sure everything is in place and it's not very tight or so. We need a little bit of gap, and push this and pull and see. If you're happy, go ahead and crimp it and snip off this excess wire. Even though I took small wires, I mean shorter ones, and I didn't have much space to play with, and I'm happy that I didn't waste any wire because bead on wires are expensive. And let's come this side, add our crimp tube here, and then our chain. Take your pliers, it's easier with your pliers if it is a short tail. Take these two and put it inside the crimp tube. Move the crimp tube a little bit towards this side, and then once you put everything inside, then you can kind of pull the crimp tube off. Okay, now pull the crimp tube down, and your tails, pull that through firmly and more. And you can do it separately also. And once you're happy with it, go ahead and crimp it. I don't want it to be very tight, as I said. There is wire exposed, that's why I used a nice one right here. And so far, this is how my necklace looks. Now is the time to add our clasp. This one came with the with the Bargain Bead Box subscription box. So you will have it if you have the subscription, or else you can use a lobster claw clasp. If you already use the toggle for the other project, you can use a lobster claw clasp as well. So but since this came with it and it is really gorgeous, I like to use it. I open up my jump ring, add one end of the clasp to one end of my chain. See if you can accommodate one more jump ring. It's always good to be safe than sorry. If you can, it's a good practice that you do 2 jump rings per, means it makes a lot of sense, right? So because the chain is also big, and the lobster claw hole, the hole in the lobster claw, that is also big enough to accommodate 2, and then it won't come off, and you can be safe and secure with 2 jump rings, and it is really nice look. It looks really nice as well, right? Plus extra security that we got here. I remember one time I made a necklace. I didn't make it for my teachers, for my daughter's teacher, but I just made it, and I didn't put 2 jump rings, and I gifted it to her without seeing it because I was in a rush and that morning, and then I didn't think it far. It was her first day of school after COVID and everything, so it was things were crazy. I just gave it to her, and then it came off, I think, and she put it in a Ziploc and gave it to my daughter. And then I was like, okay, I am really sorry. Yeah, it didn't check. Normally, if I'm gifting it to anybody or selling it, I would double check everything before putting it into the packet. And that's the first time I did. And then I was embarrassed by my mistake, and then I fixed it and I gave it to her. So she's like, oh great, I love the necklace, I don't want it to go to waste. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.